Well, Mr. President-elect and former President,
Thank you.
Donald, congratulations.
Thank you.
And looking forward to having like we said, smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you
Back.
very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate very much a transition that's so smooth. It'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Joe.
You're welcome.
It is absolutely crazy to look back and realize that Trump was banned from Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram and Facebook 2 years ago. The government pressured Facebook to censor dissenting voices as misinformation. And they also pressured Twitter to shadow ban conservative accounts before Elon Musk bought Twitter. The government also pressured Twitter to censor the Hunter Biden laptop story. Trump has been hit with hundreds of lawsuits, incurring 100 to 200 million plus in expenses over the last 8 years. Legacy media companies, nearly uninformed, posted negative headlines about Trump nonstop. Google search results reflected and may have even amplified media biases, but the American people are waking up. They're realizing that they have been lied to the majority of their lives, and the fact that Trump has been able to win again despite all of this is a stunning triumph of the American spirit. And right after the election decision came in and Trump won the presidency, the crypto market exploded, and it is not slowing down. Bitcoin is over $92,000 right now, and virtually everything is up. Dogecoin is up over 100% over the past week, sitting at 41 cents. Even XRP, that has been suppressed, sitting below 60 cents, is up 37% over the past week. Cardano up 66%. I could go on and on and on. But the purpose of this video is to share with you the master plan. BlackRock, Trump, Elon Musk, Robinhood, massive institutions. This is literally the last chance, and we may never see an opportunity like this again in our lifetime. I've been saying this for the past couple years, ever since the bear market bottom in this bull run. Over 90% of people didn't listen. They called me crazy. But now the smart people are starting to wake up and realize that the amount of time that we spend researching these markets and digging into the details in these videos that you pay close attention to is really simple. It's to help you make the most amount of money possible in the asset class of the future. That is the crypto market. That's blockchain technology. Now, we're going to get into the Bitcoin price chart in this video. We're going to talk about the inflation rate and the data that just came out with the CPI, the unemployment rate, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF data compared to other ETFs and how long they took for adoption, a statement from Donald Trump about Elon Musk and DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, what I'm expecting to happen for Dogecoin over the next month to 3 months, what Coinbase just did that is extremely bullish that we need to pay attention to, what's about to happen to the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, and why this is the perfect catalyst for an XRP explosion, Brad Garlinghouse confirming a meeting with Donald Trump, Bitcoin's dominance getting closer to its cycle top, and what happens every single time that Bitcoin's dominance turns around. We're going to compare that to Dogecoin. We're also going to compare that to the XRP, the US dollar price chart, and what BlackRock is doing with Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, Aptos, Avalanche. On top of that, Robinhood expanding their offerings with Solana, Pepe, Cardano, and XRP. So if you're feeling bullish, comment 777. My goal in these videos is to provide you with the facts, the data, and the evidence. That way you can do your own research to formulate your own strategy. And as always, these videos are for education, informational purposes only. Go consult a financial advisor. Crypto's risky. You're probably going to lose all your money. You're going to be living in a van down by the river. So don't listen to a word that I say. Don't buy or sell anything I talk about. I'm just going to show you what I do with my portfolio for full transparency. So if that's okay with you, then consider subscribing to the channel. As always, let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So looking at the Bitcoin price chart to start out the day, we can see that Bitcoin was in this bullish channel since September 6th of 2024, bouncing off of this ascending support. And then it recently just deviated out of this channel, and now it's sitting in price discovery at $92,000. And so I'm going to share with you what I feel is going to be happening for Bitcoin leading into Inauguration Day. And the reason why it is time to lock in, because this could be the last chance to accumulate your favorite altcoins. Now, what we just did, for those of you that are brand new to the channel, on November 10th, 3 days ago, we opened the doors to the general public for Altcoin Pro University. Currently, we have about 157 members. Our goal is to help over 1,000 members this month set their portfolio up for life. Now, we have some bonuses for the first 1,000 annual members. You guys can check out through the link in the description below. You can go to bullrunners.com. We're providing you with 100 plus expert curated classes, live weekly calls with our research team, real-time altcoin picks. For example, our team called GOAT around October 13th of this year when it was at just a little over a penny right here, and now it's sitting at 85 cents. That's an 85x since October 13th in the past month. That's like turning $1,000 into $85,000. Our team also called Pepe as the ETH meme coin to keep an eye out for this year back in April 18th of 2023. At the literal bottom of that pullback right there, and since then, Pepe is up over 298%, pretty much a 3x. Our team also posted MOG on July 20th of 2023, all the way down here right when MOG launched, and since then it's up over 40,000%. I think that's like a 400x. That's like turning $1,000 into over $400,000. Our team also said that a position in Solana now will likely be one of the easiest trades next year. This was on December 29th of 2022. That was right here, virtually at the exact bottom within the week at like $8 to $9. So even if I measure, let's just say from $10 on the 2nd of January, if you saw that post maybe 2 days later, 3 days later, and you've been holding since, that's over 2,000%. That's 20x so far in this bull run, and we still have so much more to go leading into 2025. That's like turning $1,000 into over $20,000. I could go on and on and on. They called Tau early. We talked about Ondo early, Sui below $1, Pendle at 16 million market cap. And although I make no guarantees because crypto is very risky, guys, listen, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, I'm not going to talk all about that in this video. Just get in right now. Go to the link in the description below. Watch the 26-minute video because I have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree, if that's a goal of yours. Because the way that inflation is heating up now, in my last video, I talked about inflation rearing its ugly head again, and sure enough, inflation is coming in higher. So the Federal Reserve is too late to try and fix this. This is going to start spiking up. You know, inflation goes through these ebb and these flows of high inflation, low inflation, high inflation, low inflation. So over the past, year, we've had relatively low inflation since June of 2023, anywhere from 3% to 2.4%. So as inflation starts ticking back up, what's going to happen here, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong, is very similar to what happened between August of 2020 until November, December of 2020. Once inflation started to pick back up from 1.2% in December, right when that bull run started to take off, it was at 1.4, then 1.4 in January, then 1.7 in February, 2.6 in March, 4.2 in April. In May, it was at 5%, and it kept climbing up until the market peaked out. And then inflation kept even going all the way up until June of 2022 when the markets were crashing. And so what this is going to lead to is going to be a parabolic rally for the crypto market, specifically altcoins that we're going to be sharing with you guys inside of Altcoin Pro University, but also it's going to lead to a nasty economic meltdown come 2026, potentially even in 2025 in Q4. Now, the unemployment rate data is going to come in, I think it's December 9th, roughly around there, and we're going to see what employment goes to. It's at 4.1%, and so the Federal Reserve is attempting to keep unemployment beneath 4.3%. If unemployment starts spiking up above this, then get ready for a crazy recession to hit the economy that will negatively impact stocks and crypto. Now, I still think there's a lot of time for this to happen because each month the data comes in, then we have to wait the next month. So we even have to wait till December before November's data comes in. And then for December's data, we're gonna have to wait till January. So there's still time to make money in these markets before a crash happens. And before we see unemployment spike like it has every single time, there's a 100% chance of this happening just based on data, right? We don't know when, but there's a 100% chance of unemployment spiking back up going back to 1948's data. So we have over 70, 80 years worth of data here to look at. And I'll be diving deeper into unemployment rate, inflation, the Federal Reserve, interest rates, all of that stuff in other videos. But for this video, we need to talk about what BlackRock is doing because their Bitcoin ETF has hit 40 billion in assets in a record time, the most successful ETF launch ever. What took gold like 20, 30, or 40 years, Bitcoin did in like 200 days. That tells us everything we need to know, okay? BlackRock is more bullish on Bitcoin than they are on anything else. And Bitcoin flipped, oil company Saudi Aramco in market cap to become the 7th largest asset in the world. It passed silver in terms of market cap, and silver's been around for thousands of years since the earth was created. It's closing in on Alphabet, on Google's market cap. And when we look at 2020 quarter four versus 2024 quarter four in terms of Bitcoin's cumulative return index on halving years, we can see that we are a little behind schedule here. So Bitcoin is playing catch up because we just finished that 6-month boring consolidation period where Bitcoin just did nothing and fluctuated between 53K and like 70 something thousand dollars. And so now that Bitcoin's playing $90,000, Bitcoin is pissed, it's aggressive. And with Donald Trump in office, this is the perfect catalyst right here. Look at this statement from Trump. He's saying, "I am pleased to announce that the great Elon Musk, working in conjunction with American patriot Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, in quote, aka Dogecoin. Together, these two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies essentially to save America, start the Save America movement." So when Jerome Powell was asked if he would step down, if Trump asked him, he just said no. And so it's going to be a war, but this will send shockwaves through the system, and anyone involved in government waste, which is a lot of people, stated Elon Musk. It will become potentially the Manhattan Project of our time. He's saying they will drive out the massive waste and fraud which exists throughout our annual $6.5 trillion of government spending. They're saying their work will conclude no later than July 4th, 2026. So this has led to a massive rally in Dogecoin. I was posting Dogecoin way back down here for you guys to understand what was coming into the Dogecoin price chart, and inevitably altcoins. Dogecoin is a proxy not only on the meme coin market, but on the whole altcoin market. When Dogecoin starts to break out, who do you think starts posting about it? Elon Musk. Now, arguably one of the biggest reasons why Trump was elected was Elon Musk, because he backed him. Elon Musk is one of the brightest minds, the wealthiest people on the planet. So if you have one of the best marketers as well too, one of the best marketers on the world talking about Dogecoin, and now Trump, one of the best marketers and businessmen on the planet and the leader of the reigning country, marketing DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. What do you guys think? All of the institutions, all of the wealthiest people on the planet who look at these two guys posting about on Twitter, because everyone's on Twitter. We're all human beings here. Just because someone's like, running a massive bank in another country doesn't mean they don't have a Twitter account late at night. They're sitting there with their wife, or, for the ladies out there that run massive companies with their husband on a Twitter account looking at this stuff, they're going to go and they're going to buy Dogecoin. So that's exactly what's happening right now. That's why Dogecoin's sitting at 41 cents. Now, how high will Dogecoin go? Well, that's anyone's guess, but if we take the Fibonacci extension tool and we draw from the previous high on December of 2013 down to the low, Dogecoin did a full extension of a 4.236. It even extended well beyond that. And then if we draw from where it extended beyond the massive wick up here at 0.018 down to the low, Dogecoin did a full extension, cooled off for a little bit, then extended well beyond that. So if we draw from the high of the 1st of May, like 70 something cents down to the low, a full extension for Dogecoin at a 4.236 is roughly $2.86, give or take a penny or two. We don't need to be super exact here, right? I'm just giving you the bigger picture. So that's about a 6x from where we're at right now. So close to $3. I think that's possible for Dogecoin this cycle, because a 6x from right here is virtually nothing. With Elon Musk posting about it, with Trump posting about it, Dogecoin is just really a massive social experiment to make crypto fun for retail investors to buy into, because then the utility driven projects that are getting listed on these massive exchanges is where retail starts funneling money else into, because they get addicted to the casino. It's like when you go into a Vegas casino and you see one game, you see all these other games and all these lights flashing around. You can't help but go and play blackjack now, go and play the craps table, and then go and get a drink at the bar. And then now you're staying in there till 4 a.m. because of all the stuff that they're pumping in the air to keep you awake. And then you're down 5 vodka sodas getting so wasted off, all the alcohol that you don't even know what's going on, and they're just taking your money. And so these exchanges right here are going to be ready to take virtually everyone's money that doesn't know how to trade these markets. So that's why you want to subscribe to the channel, so you can know exactly when it's time to get out of the casino and go home, so you don't ruin your marriage, you don't get rid of your entire life savings in these markets, because we're here to make money. We're here to create generational wealth. We're not here to sit around the campfire like a football team and paint our chests here for all of these projects, okay? So Coinbase added Dogecoin, XRP, and Shiba Inu to its newly launched Coin 50 index fund. So what does that mean? Well, when retail really starts flowing in, Coinbase, in my video the other day, I talked about how they created Base Chain, and they're creating Coinbase Smart Wallet to onboard 1 billion users. How many users are they at right now? They're under 20 million. So if they just get 10%, that's 100 million users. That's like a 10x in user base. If the average user comes in with $50 or $100 to put in the markets, what coins are they going to put it into? Dogecoin, XRP, Shiba Inu, Cardano, the main top 10 ones that are listed on these exchanges. And then as Coinbase lists other projects that we'll be mentioning, we'll be sharing with you guys inside of Altcoin Pro University, then you can learn different DeFi strategies. You can learn how to use other exchanges, that type of stuff, to maximize your gains in these markets, even after the markets top out. So we're going to be sharing all of that with you guys over the next few months.
Hey bull runners, this is super time sensitive, especially if you're looking to stack more crypto before the bull run is over. Did you know that Visa and Mastercard lost a $5.5 billion class action lawsuit for imposing unfair fees on merchants and business owners? So if you own a business, or if you know any business owners that process payments with Visa or Mastercard between 2004 and 2019, that's 15 years, you could actually be owed a refund of 1 to 1.5% of your total revenue from that period. That's a lot of money. For example, this business that generated 1.6 million in credit card revenue during those years is getting back $28,000. This business that generated over 7 million is getting back $93,000. And this business that generated over $20 million during those years is getting back over $320,000. That's money they didn't even know was on the table. And all they did was fill out a form through the link below this video. It literally takes less than a minute to see if you qualify, but you don't want to wait too long, because the deadline to file is February 4th, 2025. So the sooner that you fill out the form below, the sooner that you can reclaim what's rightfully yours. Plus, if you don't have a business, you can actually earn 3% by referring businesses that do qualify by creating your affiliate account through the link below. So this is a no-brainer way to get money back in your pocket to use for your business, or if you want to use it for crypto or other assets to invest in, you can do that. So click the link below. Let's get you paid.
Now, another thing to take note of is Donald Trump just issued another statement yesterday saying he's pleased to announce that the former director of national intelligence, John Ratcliffe, will serve as the director of the Central Intelligence Agency. Now, if you don't know this, John Ratcliffe warned Jay Clayton of China's dominance of crypto and was ignored by Clayton. Jay Clayton proceeded to sue Ripple, the leading blockchain company in the US, and give Ethereum a free pass. So with the Department of Government and Efficiency promising to investigate all this stuff, there needs to be an investigation into Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman. Now, when Jay Clayton filed the lawsuit on Ripple, it was like the same day that he left office. And now Ripple has been having to fight the SEC for like the past 4 or 5 years. And the guy that filed the appeal was on the same day that he left office. So it's a lot of insider corruption going on, specifically designed to suppress the price of XRP until they're ready for adoption. Now, Attorney Jeremy Hogan anticipates that the SEC Chair Gary Gensler may step down before January 20th to avoid the embarrassment of Donald Trump firing him, because Trump will fire him. So this is inevitable, guys. This is the easiest trade and the easiest play in human history here. Now, Inauguration Day for Trump is coming soon. We have roughly 2 months, a little over 2 months and like a week until that takes place. And at the same time, Jack the Rippler posted saying Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, has confirmed a meeting with Donald Trump. Now, what are they going to talk about in this meeting? We're going to find out here soon. We're going to cover it on the channel for you guys. But let's discuss this, because Bitcoin's dominance is getting closer to its cycle top. Once the crash begins, altcoin season will start. Now, we have all of the exchanges prepping for this. That's why Robinhood expanded their offerings with Solana, Pepe and Cardano, and also XRP for US customers. They know that this lawsuit is going to end, and so they're getting ready to onboard all of these retail investors that are going to come flying into the market when the price starts breaking out. Right now, XRP's price is sitting right at 72 cents, and it has been held back this entire bull run. So in terms of like the best trade in the market right now, one of the best, I think XRP is going to be one of the best, and I'll prove it to you. And we're just going to show this on the charts. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. I'm okay with that because I know the outcome of what's coming over the next decade. But from a month-to-month basis, let's talk about what's happening based on Bitcoin's dominance. Let's show Dogecoin, and let's also show XRP. So right here, back in December 28th of 2020, Bitcoin's dominance topped out. Right when that was happening, that was like the first initial rally for Dogecoin from 0.003 upwards of 0.011. When Bitcoin's dominance topped out, Dogecoin cooled off for a little bit. It cooled off until like the 25th of January. So we're zoomed out on the weekly chart right here. When Dogecoin topped out here for that first rally, it took 28 days of consolidation. Dogecoin dropped like 30-40% during that. And then once Bitcoin's dominance really started to drop drastically after this period right here, you guys can see on the top of the screen, when Dogecoin was consolidating right here, Bitcoin's dominance dropped from 70% all the way down to 60%. And then Dogecoin rallied all the way up here to about 8 cents and then cooled off for another couple months. It was like 70 something days, and it dropped about 40%. Took about 77 days before it broke out again. During that period on the next breakout, Bitcoin's dominance dropped drastically because liquidity was flowing out of Bitcoin right here. And one of the biggest projects that was flowing into during this whole phase was Dogecoin. Now, if you didn't watch my video yesterday, when I talked about when it's time to sell everything and get out of the markets, now is not the time. But when we start to see this Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator transition from yellow to green, then that'll be the time when I'm exiting my positions, because I'm not going to be round tripping my bags. I'm not going to be sitting there, with my chest painted front row of the football game after the game is over, blacked out drunk, figuring out how to catch a taxi home, and then ending up sleeping on the lawn in someone else's house with the sprinklers on while they're calling the cops on you when you wake up at 2 p.m. Pissed drunk, lost your wallet, lost your keys, coming home, your wife's leaving you because all your money's gone, you have nothing left. That's not going to be us this cycle. As tempting as that sounds, as exciting, as good of a time as that may be, you have to be okay with leaving the game a little bit early, on the way up catching some profits rather than waiting to sell on the way down while the institutions are exiting and dumping on everyone's head between light green to dark blue. And so right now, where we are in terms of Bitcoin's dominance compared to where Dogecoin is we're sitting at 61%. And so I just drew a vertical line on December 30th at the end of the year. And so what I would expect to see is I would expect Bitcoin's dominance to continue to climb because Bitcoin just keeps going up, right? So Bitcoin's going to keep absorbing more of the dominance, and we could see a potential blow off top similar to what we saw like right here, where that last rally for Bitcoin pushed it all the way up to 70%. When we went from orange to yellow, it went from like 56 to 70%. So now that we're going from orange to yellow, I would expect Bitcoin's dominance to make one final push up, potentially up to like 70%. Maybe that's the peak of where it goes. And then I would expect it to start turning around and start dropping down. Now, what that would look like is very similar to what we saw in the past for Dogecoin. And so I'm just going to draw the bars pattern right here when we transition from orange to yellow. And we don't know how high the rally will be, but something like this. So Dogecoin could cool off for a little bit. Maybe we see going into the end of the year, Dogecoin just kind of hover between 40 to 50 cents. And then I would expect there to be another leg up right when Bitcoin's dominance really starts to drop. So when Bitcoin's dominance peaks out and it starts to go down, Dogecoin is going to see another parabolic rally. Now, how high will that push Dogecoin up? We don't know. That's why we draw the Fibonacci extension tool from the high to the low. And if we were to zoom in here and we go up to a 1.618, that would be roughly $1.20. A 2.618 would be roughly $2. So I would expect anywhere between $1.20 to $3 for that next move up for Dogecoin, and then for it to cool off going into 2025, probably after Inauguration Day. Maybe we see a rally up into Inauguration Day because of the Department of Government Efficiency talk, and then on the day of inauguration, like January 20th, leading into February, we see Dogecoin sell off, maybe drop 20 to 30%. 40% maybe, and then cool off for a little bit, and then have another blow off top sometime in 2025. Potentially, hey, maybe this thing goes between $3 and $15. We'll see. I just know that Dogecoin is going to do well. It's survived multiple bull run cycles. It's proven. And sometimes people overcomplicate it because they're looking for like the next hottest play when they don't realize that like when retail money comes in, they buy what they're used to. And then the smart investors start looking a little bit further down the list, and they look at projects that are going to run with that Dogecoin rally. For example, Floki is another main meme coin on the Binance Smart Chain and on the Ethereum chain. Like Dogecoin is on the BNB chain, but Floki's cross bridge. So I think Floki could actually outperform Dogecoin. We see on the chart right here this falling wedge pattern, and we tried to break out from the wedge. We got rejected multiple times from the resistance of the 19th of August. We just recently broke above that. We're also attempting to break above the resistance of the 15th of July. So if on the weekly candles, we can see Floki hold this level right here, we are now witnessing a macro trend reversal. And the next move for Floki is basically back to the all-time high and even further beyond that into price discovery before we see the next consolidation for something like Floki. So I'm actually extremely bullish on Floki. And yes, I do hold positions in these cryptocurrencies that I talk about in these videos because I'm only going to talk about stuff that I believe would do well. And of course I would hold that because then by the end of the bull run, I believe everything's going to be doing well. But that doesn't mean that you should. Again, me talking about Floki is not going to influence the growth or the decline of this project at all. It's already over $1 billion market cap. But if this were to do just half of what Shiba Inu did last cycle, that would be roughly a $20 billion market cap. So that's like a 15 to a 20x from here. Now, in case you guys didn't know, Floki is the name of Elon Musk's Shiba Inu dog. So you have Dogecoin, you have Shiba Inu, and you have Floki. So I think Floki would be the best performers, even bigger than Shiba Inu and even bigger than Dogecoin. So this is like a leverage play if you think Dogecoin is going to continue to do well. Now, with the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, using Securitize and Wormhole to launch Buildle, I think that's how you say it, BUIDL, their flagship tokenized treasury fund on 5 new blockchains, we could expect a surge just overall across the board. So BlackRock has done the unthinkable by launching this Bitcoin ETF. They've tipped the domino, and because they've tipped the domino, this is causing a surge of billions of dollars and eventually trillions of dollars just to flow into virtually everything, right? It's raising the whole sea of altcoins. And this is another great indicator to track altcoin performance. It's called the speculation index. It tracks the percentage of altcoins with 90-day returns that are greater than Bitcoin. So in 2021, we hit 90%, as you can see right over here. And now where we are is at 20%. So you are not too late to altcoins because Bitcoin's dominance has yet to top out. It just keeps rallying, forming higher highs, as you can see, since the 19th of June. And we're even deviating from this bullish channel right here, and we're breaking out and forming a parabolic blow off top, which is completely normal for the end of a bullish rally. And eventually that will shift and that will turn around. Now, whether that happens December, January after Inauguration Day, we'll see. But when that takes place, something like XRP on the XRP price chart, let's look at the last time that Bitcoin's dominance topped out. If I were to erase these circles right here, you can see literally on the same exact week that Bitcoin's dominance topped out, XRP bottomed out all the way down here at 16 cents. So that tells me everything that I need to know. XRP will make its run after Bitcoin's dominance peaks out, because then that allows liquidity to flow from Bitcoin not only into altcoins like Dogecoin, Chainlink, Solana, Sui, Floki, but XRP. That's when I believe XRP will make the run. And let's just look at the last bull run cycle and see what happened on top of the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator that basically determines the days until the next halving and issues a color code next to it from yellow, green, light blue, dark blue, purple. And so when we go through this whole yellow phase, when Bitcoin's dominance turns around, look at XRP. XRP did over a 10x to the top of that bull run. So this is the most exciting phase of the cycle. This is literally the last chance. And we don't know how big the rally will be for XRP, but in terms of odds, probabilities here, law of averages, universal truths that are undebatable because of just how the universe works. It's like trying to debate me or anyone else about gravity. If I take something like these delicious Dove chocolates right here and I drop them and it falls, you're like, okay, it's not going to happen again because I feel that it's not going to happen. It's just going to sit there. No, it's going to keep dropping. That's the law of gravity. It's a universal law. It's undebatable. It doesn't matter what you believe. It's a law. So there is a law of averages as well too. There's law of vibration, there's law of all these different laws, and we can get into all that in other videos. This is not an esoteric channel here, but through law of averages, which I've studied through my life and being in sales and marketing and all that stuff, I've applied that into the crypto market. If we look at the averages of each time that we've been through a bull run, that we have transitioned from, orange to yellow, and also 500 days post Bitcoin's halving, what has happened to the market, it has been 100% probability. Now, sure, there are the chances that it doesn't happen this time, and it creates a new probability, which would be 1 divided by 3, which would then make it a 33% chance if XRP misses this bull run for it to happen another bull run. But so far, we're 2 for 2. So there's still not that much data, just because XRP hasn't been around since like 2013, about a decade. But just look at the chart right here and look at yellow. I dumb it down for you guys to make it really simple because crypto is really complicated. Look at what happened in yellow. So it's not a matter of, not in my opinion, but based on law of averages, it's not a matter of if XRP will do well. It's a matter of when it starts to do well and how well it does. And so when it will start to do well is after Bitcoin's dominance tops out. Now, we don't know when that will happen. That might happen December. It might happen January. Maybe Bitcoin runs until February or March. We'll see. Either way, if Bitcoin's dominance continues to go up, it doesn't mean that XRP does bad. As you can see, XRP rallied from like 40 something cents. I even talked about this on the weekly chart with you guys in a previous video, where I broke down their weekly stochastic RSI and this bearish cross that we saw up here when XRP was all the way up at 65 cents. And I said I was expecting a pullback going into yellow. Sure enough, that's exactly what we saw. We saw a pullback. Now, I thought it was going to be maybe a little bit deeper. I was preparing for 40 something cents for XRP. Now, like I said, you don't necessarily want to wait for something to hit into a price zone if you plan on being a macro long-term investor, because then you just miss out overall. Like, for example, if I didn't hold any XRP and I was waiting for it to dip down to back test, these wicks right here that you guys can see all the way back from like August that it came down to, April that it came down to. We could even see in July of 2024 that it came down to. We could even see in the 5th of August that it came down to. This was a really strong zone of demand that was getting bought up. If XRP was to dip into this zone, I was expecting a bounce from here and XRP to start doing well after we saw a bullish cross and a confirmed bullish cross on the weekly chart. Sure enough, we saw a bullish cross in November. We just confirmed it with the D line at 26, the K line at 53. And so as XRP, figures out how high it's going to go in the short term before consolidating, then Bitcoin's dominance tops out, that's when I believe we're going to see the next move for XRP. So the biggest question that people have right now is it too late to get any XRP? It's at 71 cents. It already rallied. I could have bought it at 47 cents, 49 cents, 50 cents. I should have bought it down there. We'll zoom out. Are you going to care? Like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, right? I'm just like throwing out these numbers here, but let's say XRP goes to $5 this bull run cycle. Are you going to care whether you bought at 71 cents or 50 cents and let that hold you back from doing anything and just sitting there and watching it and watching the whole markets rally and break out and do really well because you could have gotten an extra 2 cents or 5 cent difference? It doesn't really matter. Like I said, you don't need to buy the exact bottom. Sure, I was accumulating, a lot of crypto all the way down at the bear market bottoms, but I'm still accumulating more. Michael Saylor put in an extra like $5 billion or $25 billion. I can't remember the exact number. Correct me in the comments below, but at an all-time high. So you can never have enough. We all know that everyone on the planet can never have enough crypto. Even BlackRock doesn't have enough. That's why they just keep buying more. They just keep backing up the truck all the way to the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them, stacking them, leaving no bags left behind, because they know for a fact that the spending power of the dollar is going to keep going down in value based on inflation. Inflation is going back up again. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, cryptocurrencies have been going up in value. That's the truth. And together, we're all running to the top. So I will see you guys on the next video. I will see you inside of Altcoin Pro University. Get started right now through the link below. We have 162 members. Like I just shared with you guys at the beginning of this video, you're going to get access to real-time altcoin picks first before these videos come out. A lot of these altcoin picks, like, we can't even make videos about just because there's so many great ones and it takes time to put these videos out. So you need real-time technical analysis. We talk about DeFi yields, airdrop alerts. Our research team is the best in the world. There's live weekly calls with our experts for real-time guidance. We have 100 plus curated classes and it's only $97 a month. No questions asked, 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're not happy for whatever reason, worst case scenario here, okay? You get started, you pay $970 a year or $97 a month if you can't afford that. The reason why you want to get $970 a year is you save $194, basically getting 2 months for free. You unlock these 2 exclusive bonuses. Tax season is coming up. We have a certified CPA that filmed over 13 videos for you guys to educate you about taxes so you can actually know how to preserve your wealth rather than just being a degenerate like all these other influencers and content creators are teaching you, about crypto and making money and buying these altcoins and these meme coins. How often have you seen them talk about how to preserve your wealth and what to do with taxes when they come? On top of that, 2 hours plus worth of our portfolio deliberation training, how to construct a successful portfolio coin by coin so you know exactly what to look for. And the worst case scenario is it's not for you. After like 29 days, you can wait till the last day. It wouldn't be super ethical, but you could do this. And like I said in this 26-minute video right here, my team, they're kind of pissed at me for saying this. They're like, oh, then all these people are going to try and take advantage of us. But I told them, no, guys, the Bull Runners community is the best in the world. We have the coolest community. We have the best viewers on the channel. And even if it's not for you and you do want a refund, no questions asked, you get 100% of your money back. Like I say, go to college. If you spent 50 to 100 grand on your student loan, ask the bank for a refund. If you didn't use your degree for what you're doing right now for your career, they're not going to give it to you. They might even laugh at you and look at you like you're crazy. So for us to charge these ridiculously low prices, give you a 30-day money back guarantee, the worst case scenario is you learn something new. Best case scenario is, hey, what we teach actually works and it changes your life completely. And you take it as far as you want to, whether you want to become a millionaire or you just want to earn a few extra $100 or a few extra $1,000 to cover some of those bills like your mortgage, your car payment, your food, whatever that may be. Either way, we are setting the gold standard for crypto education. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. I will see you on bullrunners.com through the link in the description below. As always, you know what to do. I don't have to remind you. Stay bullish.